Welcome everyone, and today's Come With Me, we are going to visit Marylebone, which is a particular area within London. It is just so quaint, you can't imagine. I think you will all love it. I did. It has a true neighborhood feeling. We're going to go visit the Dant bookstore at the very end of the video. And stick around because I've got a couple of things to share with you that I purchased at Dant bookstore. But this bookstore is amazing. I'll share more when I get there. I think you're going to love it. I stayed though at Kit Kemp's Dorset Street Hotel, which is very different from number 16, much smaller than number 16 in South Kensington where I usually stay. But like all of us, I had to push myself to try to do something maybe that wasn't so comfortable and explore a different neighborhood. Plus, Joe Good with Middle-Aged Minx, M-I-N-X, Middle-Aged Minx. She has a YouTube channel that is so fun. And Joe lives and does most of her videos actually in Marylebone. So I had to go see what it was all about. I hope you enjoy, this Come With Me, and do stay till the end because I'm going to talk about a very fun book that I purchased at Dant bookstore that I think we all need to read over the holidays to maintain our sense of humor. So enjoy. Okay, my hotel is just around the corner. This is Gloucester Place, which runs down to Marylebone. And unfortunately, a tour bus just got in front of a little pub I was going to share with you. It's very interesting how everyone organizes apartment buildings like they're called houses. Or at least it seems like they're called houses. Very interesting. Okay, we're going down to Marylebone Street, which is a very busy street, so I have to pay attention. Closest underpass up here, we are on the northern section of Marylebone, is the bigger street. Easy to go, has many different lines, as you can see in the front. Jubilee, Bakerloo, main lines that go through down the street. And I will walk you past that is the Wax Museum. The line, believe it or not, to Madame Tussauds is usually down the street. I don't know who goes to this. It looks like mostly young people. I had been to it once a long time ago. I found it creepy, but that's me. Over here is the University of Westminster, which appears to be expanding. There are universities all over London, different universities, which is very interesting. Okay, this is St. Mary's Church, which is actually how Marylebone got its name, M-A-R-Y-L-E-B-O-N. Just pointing out that right next door is the Princess Grace Hospital, which is important. I say this because it has an urgent care center, and when we travel and we're of a certain age, it's nice to know where is the closest urgent care center if something happens, if you get sick, if you need something. These yellow buildings are all part of York Gate. I do not know. So any of you who are British or travel and know what this is all about, please share. I don't know if people live in there or if it's all office buildings, but it takes you right to Regent's Park. The little side entrance to the church. It's a great walk-through area to get to Marylebone High Street, which is where all the shops are. Nice little park back here. It appears to be a meeting spot, maybe a spot for you know, some homeless who need to find a safe place to relax or sleep during the day. It's always the case. Check out the tree in the middle. He's big, isn't he? Oh, I don't know what the yellow ribbons mean, but they're everywhere. Very interesting. St. Mary's is supposedly England's grandest Regency church, so we're going to take a little peek into that later. Gives you a view of the park, and then we're walking onto Marylebone High Street, and that looks like it was a train station at one time, but what do I know? Any of you who know, you know, pop in and share with the rest of us. There's a little explanation. There's an old picture of the church, but a little explanation as to how Marylebone got its name, which is based on St. Mary's Church. It's fascinating. Just another view, but this is the Fabriano stationery shop, which is, I think, one of the oldest stationery shops, not shops, for companies in the world. It's Italian. I have brought you to see some of their products when it's in at Full Marché in Paris, and they make wonderful stationery products. And kind of, how would we call it? Little zip-up portfolios. Very interesting. It's an old pub, which is now a restaurant. It's called, what the taco lot is called, Instosi. Very fitting. These, I'm going to try to show you what these Christmas decorations look like when they're ready. And pop one in because they look like embroidery. It's absolutely incredible. So this is called the Marylebone Village. I don't know if it's the city of Westminster and the borough of Marylebone. I don't know. But I love these maps. And you can see a while ago I did a video where I took you to the Wallace Collection, and you can kind of see where we are. We are headed to Dant Books, which is a rather famous bookstore. Actually, their bags are collectibles, if you can believe it. It's an interesting bookstore because everything is arranged by country. So, for instance, it has a travel focus, and it sounds very strange, but for instance, the French area, France, has both fiction and non-fiction that is all associated with France. So, and it's by countries, country after country after country, and you'll see that in just a minute. Last night we ate at my friend, college friend and I, university friend to the rest of you, met in London for this particular trip, and last night we went to dinner at Carlotta. It was excellent, truly. It's beautiful inside, very cozy, very sweet. What I like about Marylebone is it's kind of all-inclusive. You have epiceries, you have little grocery stores, you have bakeries, you have balls. You can repaint your apartment, which is fascinating. But here's another little pub that they have retained the look of, which I think is so sweet. This gives you an idea. Some really great stores, shops. They're all small, but they tend to be, excuse me, they are small versions of larger stores or brands that we all know. We are now at Dant Books, right on Marylebone High Street. It's old, as you can see, but it's an interesting bookstore. I'm going to take you in just a minute because I think it's fascinating that they went about a bookstore entirely different. And in fact, I asked the question, I was looking for a particular book for my granddaughter for her birthday, and they said they carry a few of kind of the traditional bestsellers, but they're really a travel bookstore, which I thought was a fascinating way to organize a bookstore. So let's go in. Descriptions. Got a little non-fiction section. But here you can see through to books arranged by country. So let's take a little visit. Hello, America, Africa, Asia, Australasia. Oh.
Oh, Thomas. Yeah. Can I ask you to
Russia. We'll go over to France because I know that area. And I'll show you what I mean. So, you can see you've got nonfiction, you've got basically fiction, you've got travel, how to be Parisian, Enchanting Paris, The Only Street in Paris, which was kind of an interesting book. So you see everything. There are travel guides, there's Michelin, but you also see fiction. Very cool. If you love a country, oh, that is one of my favorites. Actually, the president's hat is fantastic. I talk about this actually in my book. Parisian Perfection, HRH, the Duchess of Cornwall. So wonderful. But it gives you a idea of how the bookstore is organized. I find it so interesting. And then you can go up these little tiny stairs that are over there and hit these. You have counties of England, British history. And on this side, I don't know if I can see, I'll get you to see it now. Can't because of the light. Isn't this sweet? You've got the normal gifts. Christmas. We're in the section for Russia. This is Poland. And then Ukraine, Russia. Very interesting. I might go downstairs just to see what's in the American section. So again, you've got East Coast, New York, Canada, then just general travel writing. Interesting. I've never thought of this. 111 places in Baltimore that you must not miss. Interesting. So here's General USA. Looks like a lot of biographies. Very interesting. Here's actual really strong travel. This is Australia, South America. What I find so interesting about this is that to actually learn about a place that you may want to travel to, one of the best ways to do that is to actually read fiction or biographies or travel journals rather than just travel. How do you want to say it? Like travel books. So, as an example, this is South America. I don't know if yes, they did. Here's Central America. So, let's say here's Peru. You know, you have all sorts of options to learn about that particular part of the world. History of that area, as well as what is going on currently, which I think is really fascinating, because that's to be a good traveler, is to want to learn about a particular particular country, a particular area of the world, and what happened historically. And some of us from America know that we impacted many different areas of the world and continue to do so. So we all head back up. This particular area's got, they call it Asia and Australasia. I've not heard that phrase before. So China's down here, Japan's down here, Israel's down here, Iran, Iraq, Palestine. So many of my family is Scandinavian. They come from Sofa. Isn't this interesting? It's like, how does it say? Scandinavia erupted onto the stage. So it goes from, how did they get from the Viking age as warriors? Also bitter enemies between Denmark, Sweden, and Norway. And today stands as a haven of egalitarianism and mutual support. How did it transform itself? So you're going to learn. I'm going to learn an awful lot about Scandinavia by reading that book. So it's an interesting bookstore from the perspective if you love history and you want to do more than just the tourist things. It's really an interesting bookstore. Fascinating to me. I think you get a view of what that must look like lit up. It's actually blue, and I'm telling you, it looks like embroidery. It's absolutely beautiful. We are on Marylebone High Street, as you can see. Just one little shop after another. Yes. Lots of charity shops, which is really fun. I'm going to pop into Wise. Just a little side street in Marylebone from Sharri, cheese shop. Very interesting, but obviously they sell things like cheese. But you can see, just as a village, it truly is a village. It has a village feel. There's a pub. Very interesting and adorable. And then we'll take you further down the street. Wonderful. It really is. It has this little village feel, and I can see why people want to live here. Okay, inside from Marjorie, give you an idea. You can smell the cheese. Now it does tell you where it comes from, which is interesting. Look at the ginger, fresh stems, parsips from France, artichokes from Italy. Oh my gosh, you should smell it in here. If you could smell it, you would be in shock. All sorts of breads. How beautiful. And then you've got a little cafe back here. Cakes. Check this out. This chocolate. I don't know what it means. Chocolate detective. Okay, now that looks fantastic. Absolutely delicious. Okay, I am going down Pellington Street, which is a diagonal street between Marylebone High Street and Beaker Street. So, and they both head up to, you keep going north, you end up at Regent. Hark!
Basically, just another. All kinds of restaurants everywhere. So fun. I don't think anyone, like normal big cities, I don't think anyone in London cooks at home. It's pasta, isn't it? Now, I have no idea what these are. It looks like a muse, but it's not. And then there's like this little park next door. We'll go see what this is about. Oh, they're bathrooms. Interesting. That there's a park. Looks like a park you can actually go into here. So this could see what that's about. Again, I'm on Paddington. Must be a bleak. Link Center. Oh, fascinating. No wonder there were wonderful Greek restaurants in here. And then what's this? Paddington Street Garden in the city of Westminster. Oh, this is lovely. It's a small little garden, but how nice. Oh, good Lord, it has I don't know what that is in the center. Fascinating. How beautiful to have an apartment that overlooks this. I have to show you. Beautiful. Oh, wow. Let's go in. Why not? St. Marylebone Parish Church. See what they have.
Oh my goodness. Wait till you see this. Oh my goodness. It's absolutely beautiful. Dismal font. I'm always surprised by how the Anglican Church is similar to the Catholic Church. I don't think us Catholics knew that. Believe it or not, I'm still a Catholic, with all of its flaws. Now, that's a chandelier. Painted ceilings. I know where they come from when we decorate. Sacristy. Beautiful. You can hear me squeaking. The floors are old. So that is the
Well, I hope you enjoyed our short visit to Marylebone. As for Dant Books, it was amazing. I have to show you, here is the little bookmark that you get with every book that you purchase. It's just incredible. I purchased several books in the shop, but one of them I have to show you called Doors of London. It is unfortunately not available on Amazon. I checked, so you'd have to actually purchase it from a British bookstore. But it's just cool. I love doors. I love architecture, as you all know. And it was cool. But the book that I wanted to share with all of you is available on Amazon. And as I said, it's a book that actually I think will restore a little bit of humor in your life as you go through these holidays and the lengthy holiday season. It's written by, it says Saki, which is his writing name, Hector, let's see if I can say it, Hector Hugh Munro. And Hector was lived 1870 to 1916. He was born in Burma and grew up in England. He produced some of the finest short stories of the Edwardian era, distinguished by their satirical and macabre take on polite society. I think that's so funny. They're all short stories, but the words and the references to, how do I say it, to poetry, to classical literature, and his use of words is so incredibly British. I absolutely loved it. Comment, I'll just read you a little portion. Mrs. Bobwald wears a rather solemn personality. Isn't that an interesting thought? Especially for those of us who are not in England, do not have command of the English language, English language like Brits do. The thought of wearing a personality is so interesting. And it says, even when saying disagreeable things to her friends or making out the store's list, she takes her pleasures sadly. So anyways, it's fun. It will make you laugh. It will make you think of writing your own little book of Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever holiday you celebrate, holidays with dull people, because we all do it. And some of us are dull and some of us feel dull at certain times, and some of us just spend time with dull people, often who happen to be related to us. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed all of that. I also wanted to share that my book is now scheduled to hit the shelves on January 23rd. So do sign up for the wait list. I will keep everyone on the wait list informed, and in January I will be talking more about the book so that you have an idea of what it's really all about. It's called Design Your Fabulous Next Chapter. So I think that kind of says it all, right? That's what we want, is to design a fabulous next chapter. So take care, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, do give me a thumbs up. As you all know, that matters to YouTube. It actually pushes this video out to other people if you enjoyed it. So go ahead and also comment. I love reading your comments and I try to respond. So go ahead and let me know what your thoughts are. Give me your feedback. And everyone, take care. I hope you had a lovely, lovely holiday season. A biento.